What's up, friends? Welcome back for another episode of The Mandalorian. I am very excited to get into this week's episode because of two things. One, I see it is titled The Jedi, so I'm pretty dang sure this is going to be the episode that we get introduced to Ahsoka, at least the live action version, which will be my first introduction to the character, so I'm very excited for that. And I also see that it's one of the longer episodes we've gotten this season, and so I'm expecting some pretty exciting things to happen. At least a little bit of answered questions, hopefully, and it'll be interesting to see Mando interact with Ahsoka. I'm not exactly sure what her involvement is going to be in the story, and as I mentioned in the episode that she was first name dropped, the potential of getting a Jedi in the show is always good because it means potential lightsaber action, which is about as good as it gets with the Star Wars universe. And so I hope you guys enjoy watching along with me for this episode. I'm excited to get into it. If by the end of the video you did enjoy it, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. Always helps the video reach a lot more people, helps the channel out. I appreciate your guys' support, and you can always check out my full-length reactions to these episodes on my Patreon. Link for that is in the description below, and those are always uploaded before the YouTube edits, so you can see them much more ahead of time if you would like that as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into chapter 13. And I wonder if he's bringing it to Ahsoka just because she is a Jedi, or if she will actually know where the child is from and what his purpose is. Don't feel like we've seen this place before. Is this where Mando's headed? Yo, let's go. Oh gosh, I did not expect we get lightsaber action so freaking soon. Oh, dude, I am hyped right now, man. This is the kind of stuff that I've been waiting for. I mean, since she was announced, I didn't really ever expect to see Jedi in The Mandalorian. Love her dual lightsabers too, and that's way legit. She moves around like a total freaking pro. No wonder people were excited when she was announced.
I've been expecting you.
Then you know what I want.
You will learn nothing from me.
I won't give you that choice.
Is that Rosario Dawson? I can't really tell. It sounds a lot like her, but her appearance is obviously very different, and I know people were saying she's in this season.
Surrender or face the consequences. You have 1 day to decide.
Interesting setup right here. I did not expect to see much footage of her prior to the Mando meeting up with her, but I'm a fan. And I don't know if the people that she's fighting against right now are someone that you would know from the Clone Wars series, or if they're somebody new.
Corvus, this is the place. I've detected a beacon.
I'll be big sad though if the child is just removed from the story because I like their relationship together. Oh, is he gonna use some of his force powers to get the little knob to him? Little dude is obsessed with that thing.
This needs to stay in the ship. Never had dealings with the Jedi before. Let's head into town, see if we can pick up a lead.
I wonder what his interpretation or his feelings going to be about once he finally meets her, because obviously he's coming from a fairly strict and almost like religious background with his following of the Mandalorian code, and the Jedi essentially are a religion in the Star Wars universe.
Looking for a layover.
Nice armor. You're a hunter then.
That's right.
Guild?
Last I checked.
Open the gate.
Step one down fairly easily, although we know from the first scene that these guys are pretty bad dudes, so I'm sure just like everybody, they just want his armor.
The magistrate wants to see you.
Is the magistrate the lady that we saw in the first scene? That would be my guess, at least. Are things gonna go south for him already? Oh, bro, what the heck? I thought those people were hanging for a second, but I guess not. Still look like they're getting tortured, which is bad enough. Whoa, man, what a freaking difference. It's night and day between the entry and whoever this is, her area of living.
I have a proposition that may interest you.
My price is high.
This target is priceless. A Jedi plagues me. I want you to kill her.
Well, I mean, this could benefit him right here. If she knows where Ahsoka is, that'll speed up his work big time. He could always just fake going along with it.
Beskar.
Pure Beskar.
Yo, that's pretty sick, man. Haven't seen anything like that before. Even the prospect of that is not going to be enough for him to throw out his entire goal, though.
What is that thing?
I keep it around for luck.
Nice. Unfortunately, it hasn't brought him too much luck. It's made about everybody want to kill him. But at the same time, he's come in clutch a few times, the child that is. I'm really liking the direction of this episode from like the technical standpoint. There's just certain things about it, subtle things that I really like. The framing and holding on to certain frames and things like that.
False alarm.
Oh, yo, this is so freaking sick already. I did not know Beskar was that dang powerful that it could stop a lightsaber.
Bo-Katan sent me. We need to talk.
I hope it's about him.
Oh man, here we go. The ball is rolling now. I don't know if I said it already, but I love her like white lightsabers too. Never seen any like that. Very eye-catching. Very much the reverse situation here of the movies. We're used to Yoda doing all the reading. Now the child's the one being read. At least that's what I assume Ahsoka is doing, trying to get a read on it.
Is he speaking? Do you understand him?
In a way, Grogu and I can feel each other's thoughts.
Oh, yo, what's that? Grogu? Did we finally get a freaking name for him? That's not what I was expecting, but I certainly don't hate it. It kind of fits him.
He was raised at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Many masters trained him over the years. At the end of the Clone Wars, when the Empire rose to power, he was hidden.
Yo, what? He's actually had training? I thought he was just a baby. This little thing's been through way more than I thought.
I've only known one other being like this. A wise Jedi master named Yoda.
Hey, we finally get the name mentioned. I love it. And I like how the soundtrack kind of went back to that classic feel there for a second. That's good to know that she knew Yoda as well, though.
My task was to bring him to a Jedi.
The Jedi Order fell a long time ago.
So did the Empire, yet it still hunts him.
I mean, I haven't really watched the Clone Wars, as I've mentioned, but I have seen images of Ahsoka, and the hair and makeup and everything on her in this look really close to what I've seen. Feel like they did a really good job on it.
The stone, Grogu.
His interest is lost just like that. Unless there's more to it, maybe he feels discouraged.
He's hidden his abilities to survive over the years. Let's try something else. Come over here.
Man, this dialogue is very revelatory. I had no idea he was so much smarter than he appeared.
Hold the stone out in the palm of your hand and tell him to lift it up.
Grogu. Take the stone.
He seemed to respond pretty quick once his name was called right there. I'm a fan of this interaction so far. Every Jedi's got to go through the same testing.
Do you want this? Well, go ahead.
Oh, you know he's gonna use his powers for that thing. That's the golden prize.
Good job. Good job, kid. You see that?
Heck yeah, that's the money stuff right there. Got that special connection with Mando. Maybe that'll be enough to keep the two of them around.
You cannot train him.
Why not?
His attachment to you makes him vulnerable to his fears. I've seen what such feelings can do to a fully trained Jedi Knight.
I'm assuming she's referring to Anakin right there because people told me that she was Anakin's apprentice. I can definitely see where she's coming from in those feelings, and that if that's the case.
I'll help you with your problem if you see to it that Grogu is properly trained. She has a small army of guards armed with A350 blaster rifles.
I mean, this right now is definitely falling back into the pattern that we've gotten used to, but I don't know, it feels a little bit more significant with the circumstances and the character involved.
We must find a way to free them.
A Mandalorian and a Jedi? They'll never see it coming.
Nice, unexpected team up, but I am all on board for this, especially if we get more lightsaber action. I mean, if Mando and a couple other people have been able to take on forces before, I feel like him plus a Jedi is just gonna be straight unstoppable. Oh, dope stuff, man. She can freaking handle herself. I like it. She was trained well. They about to go one-on-one right now? I'm not sure what this is leading to, but that's my feeling. And we've already seen how Beskar can stop a lightsaber, so maybe she'll use that spear.
Your bounty hunter failed.
Oh, clever playing them. They got the big time element of surprise.
Please, don't.
Let's go, man. The dynamic duo hitting on all cylinders. Mando's always been good going in guns blazing, but when he has the element of surprise, no contest. Oh, such a cool shot. I love it. Part of it is just how they're playing with light and how they keep most of the scene dark, and the lightsaber just illuminates the entire screen. They are getting absolutely slaughtered right now, dude. Ahsoka is a straight beast. Are they about to fight right now? This will be pretty legit. Oh man, I am freaking ready for this. I don't know how this lady's gonna last longer than 5 seconds against her though. Oh, the sound effects are killing it right now. I feel like she's just toying with her, biding her time before she actually strikes. Ahsoka, that is. Man, I was thinking that having her character in the show would just be the small prospect of getting lightsaber action. I did not expect to be treated to all this in one episode.
You and I, we're a lot alike, willing to lay our lives down for the right cause. Which this is not.
What's that supposed to mean right there? Is he about to surrender to him or what? Oh, yo, that was dope. Disarmed her like an absolute champ. Nah, something else is at play. Quickest draw in the West right there. That guy thought he had something special planned, but just got absolutely schooled.
Behind you!
Sometimes the Mandalorian is just a superhero.
Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?
I can't say for sure, but that name almost sounds familiar. I'm not sure where it's from. Is that going to be another Clone Wars reference that I don't get because I haven't seen the show? If it is, feel free to tell me.
I didn't finish the job.
No, but this belongs with the Mandalorian.
I like it. Is this going to be a trade-off? He's going to get that and she's going to get Grogu?
It's time to say goodbye.
That's kind of a somber shot right there, him just holding him like that. They've been through a ton together. It's definitely been the main focus, at least one of the main focuses for the show so far.
I cannot train him. Go to the planet Tython. There you will find the ancient ruins of a temple. Place Grogu on the Seeing Stone at the top of the mountain.
That is not how I thought this was going to go.
There's a chance a Jedi may sense his presence and come searching for him.
Another Jedi? How many more are at play right now?
There aren't many Jedi left.
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking. I feel like it's just her, Luke, and Leia at this point. I mean, I don't know how well trained Kylo and the Knights of Ren are at this point, but surely not well enough to go searching for the child. On one hand, great news that the two boys are sticking together like that, but on the other, I'm shocked that Ahsoka was just seemingly in here for one episode like that. Is that the last time we're gonna see her? Directed by Dave Filoni. No wonder it looked pretty good. I think I remember some people saying that he was directing this episode. Well, I thought this episode was going to be good, and there were a ton of fantastic things about it. Loved all the fight sequences and everything, and we learned a ton of new stuff about the child. Now call him Grogu, and we have a clear new path potentially on what will change the course of the series. I'm interested if we're going to get to that place in the next episode, or if it's going to take another couple before we get to there. I would hope the sooner the better, because I'm very interested to see what'll happen with that storyline. In some ways, I guess I was hoping maybe for more with Ahsoka's character, because it seems like she was built up to be quite a significant player in things, and in a way she was in several ways, obviously in revealing some of the information that we didn't know about Grogu and setting him on the new path, and maybe she will pop up again in the story. So I guess we'll have to wait a little bit before we can judge too much on what happened. And I'm curious about the name that she mentioned, Thrawn or something like that. She mentioned that, and I would assume Mando's not gonna meet with that guy, so are we going to get like some more footage that relates to her going to that person? Definitely got a couple questions about it. Hopefully, if you guys know anything, feel free to let me know. Well, for me, this episode delivered on several things that I was hoping for, specifically the lightsaber action, which I thought was super well done. I don't know if Rosario Dawson was doing all the stunts and everything. Obviously there was some like CGI and stuff involved, I'm sure, in parts, but overall I thought it looked all very well acted. If it was her, that's fantastic. If it was stunt doubles or things like that, it all looked pretty seamless to me. Obviously the costuming helps disguise that if that is the case. And as far as her character goes, as someone who hasn't seen the Clone Wars and who wasn't like too hyped when she was first announced, just because I didn't know those things, I thought they did in this episode a pretty good job of showing her strength and her skill and of who she is, and even just setting up her character a little bit beforehand, before Mando meets her at the very beginning. I thought that was handled pretty well, and I will say I am very glad that several of you shared some information about her and her involvement in the Clone Wars, because it definitely helped me pick up on some references in this episode that I may not have gotten otherwise. I may have been able to infer a few of them, but I think knowing the knowledge that you guys shared with me definitely helped me enjoy some of those moments more. And so if there are people that didn't receive the information sharing that I did, I would worry that maybe they didn't get as much as they could from it. But I am extremely intrigued to see where the direction of the show goes from here, because there seems to be quite a few options, quite a few avenues that they could explore, just based off that last conversation between Mando and Ahsoka, and how she said the child, Grogu, I guess I should get used to calling him, can kind of choose his own path, and maybe calling out will call another Jedi to him. That definitely presents an interesting potential. I don't know if they would throw another major surprise at us, but at the same time, she and I agreed kind of in the same moment that there really aren't any other Jedi out there, and if Luke or Leia showed up, I don't think that would make sense in connection with the sequels, because I feel like he would have been brought up by them at some point there, but maybe they have other plans in store, or maybe they will go a completely different route and there won't be any other Jedi or stuff involved. But I am happy to see Grogu sticking around, at least for a little bit, because he obviously is a fun to watch character, but I also feel like his story and lore around him are definitely integral for the progression of the show. I think his story is very important, and we've only only just uncovered a little bit of it. I feel like there's a lot more to it. Obviously, she said his mind was clouded and dark in certain areas, so maybe we'll get some more reveals later on. They mentioned that he was kind of brought up a little bit on Coruscant, and so maybe eventually we will return back to there, which I would love. But now with Ahsoka already in the rearview mirror and only 3 episodes remaining in the season, I really hope that there's some significant things that happen, because if we get to episode 8 and he only just makes it maybe to the altar that she was talking about, then it would have been a very slow progression to that point over the course of the 8 episodes. That's just my opinion. As always, you are welcome to agree or disagree with it. That's the great thing about shows. We all can have different thoughts and takeaways from it, but nonetheless, I am very much interested in seeing what happens next week, and hopefully you guys enjoyed watching along with me for this episode. Definitely an entertaining one for me, and if you did, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. Always helps the video reach a lot more people, helps the channel out. You can check out my full-length reaction to these episodes on my Patreon as well, and until the next one, I will see you all later. Peace.